Wanted to touch on Bollinger Band trading as well as some long wick theory ideas in this video. One thing that's really helped me recently is a continuation idea that I'm going to teach you about the Bollinger Bands. And so the way the Bollinger Bands work, you've got the upper band, the lower band, and the middle is the moving averages. It's typically the 20 SMA. It's kind of the midline. And like if you're looking at buying and opening positions and the price action is at the top of the Bollinger Band, you might want to be patient and wait for a bounce off the midline or the bottom Bollinger Band, right, before you open your position. And you want to pair this with other ideas, right? So I mean, like here you got a clear double bottom. So with these double bottoms, you'll find bullish divergence and double tops, bearish divergence ideas really help a lot with reversals. And so there's no indicators here, but we've got multiple videos in the Learn to Trade Crypto playlist on, bullish divergence, bearish divergence, and whatnot. So you want to double bottoms with bullish divergence are amazing reversal ideas. You pair that with, the price action touching, bouncing on the lower Bollinger Band, possibly long wicks as well, and you'll create a really solid trading strategies based on these reversal ideas. I mean, in theory, your best buys are going to be buying the bottom of the Bollinger Band. But one thing that I really want to key in on this video, because there's another Bollinger Band video that you can definitely watch, but this idea where when you start to see the candles close below the lower Bollinger Band, right, they'll hug, and this is a continuation idea. So when you see continuous candles closing below the lower Bollinger Band, you get downside continuation. Or in a situation where it's to the upside, this price action, where you get these candle closes, right, continuously closing above the upper Bollinger Band, and then as soon as you get a candle that closes off of it, the price action pulls back. Okay, sometimes you'll get more of an extreme pullback than others, but you have to use other ideas to kind of determine that. And same thing here. It's really strong bullish trend. The candles keep closing above the upper Bollinger Band, and you get continuation to the upside. Okay, and then when this changes, you get a candle close below it, then you get some type of pullback. And so you see in this situation, and we're going to talk more about long wicks and long wick reversals later on in the video. This is a perfect example of kind of a double bottom or bullish divergence right here. You see here you've got your low, and this is a lower low. However, the histogram's putting a low and a higher low, so that's bullish divergence. And you've got touches on the lower Bollinger Band, and you've got long wick, and potentially you're at a support level. Also, you've got bullish divergence on the RSI. So again, this is an amazing, very strong trend change idea. And so this is where I'd open a trade under these circumstances. Potentially this works best when you're at a support level, right? So really key in on support resistance, long wicks, and then the Bollinger Bands. Can't use any one of these ideas by itself. Now, in this situation, as far as taking profits, you've got a price action hitting the upper Bollinger Band, and again, upper Bollinger Band, and we add this rising wedge, right? So we're pairing multiple ideas together. Okay, and you'll notice down here, essentially, you've got some bearish divergence on the histogram. Okay, and so that's, look for downside move, and then you've got a break of this triangle. And so this is a take profit idea at this point at the upper Bollinger Band with potentially some type of long wick reversal. Also, it's important to understand that when you get these Bollinger Band squeezes, that's when volatility is really low and potentially a move is coming. You just don't know the direction of the move, right? And then when the Bollinger Bands are very wide, you're looking for a lot of volatility. Okay, so squeeze, and then you got a big move higher. Then the upper Bollinger Bands, long wick, reversal to the downside. Squeeze, and then you got to move. This went to the upside. And again, you see long wick, upper Bollinger Band together, and then reversal. This is the long wick theory, right? A lot of times, not every time, 70% of the time, when you get a long wick, you get a reversal of the trend. Okay, not always. Now, each one of these green circles, you got long wick, reversal, long wick, reversal, long wick, reversal. Didn't necessarily work here. Long wick, reversal, 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 long wick, reversal. So pair that idea with the Bollinger Bands when the price action, when these candles are hugging and closing below the lower Bollinger Band, As soon as you get a candle close above the Bollinger Band, you're looking for a reversal. Same thing here. See how the candles keep closing below the lower Bollinger Band? As soon as you get a candle close above it, right here, you're looking for a reversal. Same thing here. See how you got the candles hugging this lower Bollinger Band? Right? As soon as you get that candle close above it, reversal. You just start putting a couple of these ideas together. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just use some of my wheels that I've got. I'm putting in place for you. Here you go. Try these. Find something, one idea that works, and just replicate it. Wash, rinse, repeat. Stick to it. It might be oversold bounces on the RSI. Whatever it is, just keep practicing to build confidence in trading. I cannot stress enough how important pairing these ideas with something as simple as support and resistance will increase your success rate, and must use support and resistance paired with all these ideas. Real quick, just wanted to touch base with you guys on these long wick reversals, right? There's definitely a sweet spot. Like it's real good for like 1 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame. What happens when you get to the really high time frames? Like this is the Ethereum daily chart, right? And understand, like you can't trade just solely on one idea, right? And so the idea I'm talking about is where, you know, you get a long wick and then the trend reverses. And you don't want to cherry pick your ideas from the price action, right? On the daily time frame, doesn't work as well, especially on this Ethereum chart, right? And so you see, here you have this huge long wick, and it doesn't reverse the trend. I mean, at some point you get a reversal on this long wick, but the point here is you're at a support level, right? And so you're using a long wick at support, right? Here you've got long wicks at support. You get these bounces. So I want you to focus on bounces at support and then use long wicks as an idea. See here, I mean, you definitely have big price swings here. So I mean, it would work, but potentially you'd get a lot more clarity on like a 4 hour or 1 hour time frame, right? So this is a situation where there's just a ton of volatility, and these are huge price swings, but you don't really have the time in between candle closes to use this idea. And so higher time frames may not be the best time frames to use this. And so look at this current candle. If we're looking for a long wick reversal, all right, but the price action, if you look at it, is right below this resistance level, right? See how this reversed the trend? You had, like when you look at your resistance, I mean, you see how this trend got completely rejected by this level. We can possibly add this resistance level or support level, and you can see it rejected, right? You put a lot of emphasis on the support and resistance levels that change the trend, right? So this can be a strong resistance. This is, you see how this held the support, it acted as support. So this is a bullish SR flip. So this, people would open longs based on this idea, right? And then here, all these long wicks are at support, right? And so, and you've got a double bottom. So you got to combine these ideas. You can't ever trade on one idea, right? And so with this situation right here, essentially you're looking for a long wick reversal, but at this point we don't have a daily candle close that's above this resistance level. And so that would be the contingency, if you will, right? There's the long wick. This potentially may reverse, but confirmation comes when you get this move to the upside, and then a bullish retest, right? Or at least a candle close above this level. And so just to emphasize, like long wick reversals have their place. 1 hour and 4 hours, kind of the sweet spot. I use it on a 5 minute, but you're not going to get as long of wicks, right, to look for reversals.